In this video, we're going to show you how to grow your sales, and how we're going to do that is by decorating a giveaway item for customer appreciation, or perhaps an item for a bar and restaurant client that they can sell to their customers on their to-go orders. Here's the idea. We're going to take this neoprene wine tote, and this is a double bottle wine tote, but it's sold from S&S Activewear for a single bottle or even for a 6-pack neoprene tote. There are lots of choices for items to go and appreciation. We're going to apply this logo. It's from FlexStyle and it's the beveled style, and then we're also going to talk to you a little bit about CAD Print's texture twill, which is a lower cost method to create this item. In either case, there's some structure here and some seams and sewing together for separating the wine bottles that makes this difficult to load, but nothing that we can't conquer with the Hotronix 360 IQ. So let's show you how it's done. So we're over here at the press, and there's a couple things I'm thinking about as I approach this item. One, we've already talked about, that's the seam structure. How am I going to get this print zone flat? Two is because we're applying a dimensional logo, how am I going to make sure I get down to a single layer of fabric so the heat travels through? And then also, I don't want to scorch and damage it. It's neoprene. And so let's load it on. So how I'm going to accomplish that is I'm going to separate it as much as I can. I'm going to go ahead and bring it through the back of the machine, knowing I have it loaded upside down, and I'm just going to pull it forward. In this print zone now, I can get to a really nice flat printing surface. I am going to have to kind of support it with one hand here and kind of hold it while I'm doing all of my layout and everything. But I want to start with the preheat just to warm this base surface before I go much further. And so I'll preheat this just for a few seconds to get it warm. And now I'm going to go ahead and grab my FlexStyle beveled heat applied logo. This is a dimensional patch from Stahls. I'm going to position it on, hold it against there for a couple seconds, and then I'm going to cover it with this special cover pad. Now this special cover pad should make sure I get good pressure. It also should prevent it from scorching. I noticed this must be super heat sensitive because even when I just tapped the heater against it without the pad, I got a little discoloring of the tote. And so I wanted to point that out. It was discolored a little bit, but we'll be able to see for sure with how I'll adjust my technique on the next item if we're able to address that in a repeatable way. But anyways, we'll lock this down. I'm 280 degrees on top, 320 degrees on bottom. I'm at a firm pressure because of the thickness of the neoprene. You get a little bit more pressure there, and then the press automatically opens when it's finished. I'm going to remove the item from the press, try to get it flat so I don't have a cupped logo, and then I'm going to, once it cools down, I'm going to peel the backing from the design. So we got it cooled down, we'll grab the corner of it, and we'll peel the backing from the design, and I got a nice logo with good contact. Now I am seeing a little bit of a discoloring here. Again, I think that was from when I locked the heater down on it first. And so I learned a lesson here, and I also lined it up extremely crooked. So these things happen. I'm human too, and so when you make a mistake in your business, don't worry about it, but we do make adjustments and we learn from our mistakes. And so here's what I'm going to do on this sample. I'm actually going to head over and grab my thermal tape and tape my logo into place first. We're just going to make adjustments. And so thermo tape is an accessory I like to keep nearby, and I'm actually going to tape that logo into place with just a piece of the heat-resistant tape. Line it up, so I'm lining it up now off of the machine, and I'll use a little more tape than I need because I'm going to be stretching and maneuvering this item over top of my platen. Now this is our CAD Print's texture twill, which is a sublimated twill logo. We're going to load it in the same way because that did work well. I'm going to try to not stretch it a ton because I don't want it to come out warped. And then rather than preheating to get my logo to stick, since I already have the logo on there, I'm just going to use the cover sheets. Because it is sublimated, I need to use this intermediary cover sheet so it doesn't bleed onto my foam pad. And then I'll cover it with my foam pad. Got a little static here. And now we'll go ahead and lock the machine down. So I must do the same settings of the 30 seconds, but I do need to lighten up the pressure, right? Because I was on overload last time. Now I'm reading an 8 pressure on the control board. So this machine runs from a 1 to 9. I do like having a medium to firm pressure, so somewhere in that 5 to 9 range. And so an 8 is perfect, and it should prevent me from scorching. I guess we'll find out. Get it off and lay it down, and then I will let it cool completely down before I remove the tape so I can make sure my logo can set up appropriately. Now I'm comparing the two results here, and I'm seeing those adjustments improved our result. And so I didn't, like I said at the beginning of the video, this was a new product that I was trying out. I made some mistakes over here. I locked that heater down directly against it for the preheat. I also tried to position my logo while I was trying to hold the tote, the wine tote, in place. And what it ended up with is a scorched item and a crooked logo, and probably a garbage or something I'll test other products on in the future and save. We've made our adjustments to simply reducing our pressure, pre-taping the logo, same exact settings on this, both got 30 seconds, and then I used the pad throughout. And so like if I examine this, it's very light, the scorch mark, but you still get the applied design without the scorching. And so those little fine adjustments gave me an overall quality better result. Let's talk about how you can sell this and use it in your business now. Now that we've done the work to find out what doesn't work and how we can create a quality product in a repeatable fashion, now it's how do we incorporate this item into our business. I see a few different opportunities. One, as I mentioned up front, is for takeout orders. This is Square One Pizzeria, but it can be any bar or restaurant or perhaps even a winery where there's lots of to-go wine bottles after a wine tasting. Being able to have this retail item on the shelf as a carryout instead of the brown paper bag is going to increase their brand visibility and just elevate the experience for somebody that's attending that restaurant or that winery. That's one idea. The other idea I see is for customer appreciation. Whether it's a restaurant or any type of business, we all like to gift wine. And so you have your top customers, why not gifting it in a branded product with your business when you're delivering it out? I mean, this could be your apparel decorating business logo. You could put your client's logo on it. You could equip your client to give nicer and better gifts. So these are all different ideas that you can take and you can incorporate in your business. The good news is we figured out how to decorate a pretty low-cost item with a high-quality logo to fuel our sales into the future. Hopefully you learned some techniques in here of what not to do and how to fix that, and also gain the confidence to try things in your business and go out and win sales. Thanks for watching.